Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll be creating openings for the buttons. Let's begin by right-clicking on the top housing, select Edit. I'm going to insert a sketch on the top plane, and then take a normal to view. Let's also change the display style to Hidden Lines Visible. First, I'm going to activate the Offset Entities tool. Select this edge, and the remaining edges that form the perimeter of this profile. Let's offset by 0.2 millimeters and click OK. Now let's activate the Circle tool. I'll create 3 circles for the bottom row of buttons. And last one here. Let's right-click and select to close the Circle tool. Now Shift-select all 3 circles and add an equal relation. Let's Smart Dimension. The diameter of the button was 6 millimeters. Let's make these circles 6.4 millimeters. Activate the Circle tool again, and let's create 5 circles for our top row of buttons. And last one. Right-click and select to close the Circle tool. Again, we'll Shift-select all the circles, and then we'll add an equal relation. Equal. Let's apply dimensions. The diameter of this button was 8 millimeters, so let's make this opening 8.4 millimeters. Accept. Now let's exit the sketch. Let's go to the Features tab and activate the Extruded Cut tool. Be sure the extrusion goes in the right direction. End condition through all. And let's click OK. Let's go back to Shaded with Edges display style. Now let's go to the Evaluate tab. Select the Measure tool and the top plane, then this point. This gives us the depth of the top housing. It's 6.73 millimeters. Let's close the Measure tool and insert a plane. Insert, Reference Geometry, Plane. We'll delete one point from the selection window. The offset distance let's set to 6.5 millimeters. Be sure it's going in the right direction. If not, check reverse direction. And let's click OK. Let's hide our buttons now. Right-click, Hide, and drag Cut Extrude 3 above Shell 1 as well as Plane 2. Let's roll back now. Right-click and insert a sketch on Plane 2. And let's go to Tools, Sketch Tools, Intersection Curve. Select this face, and this face, and click OK. Let's cancel out of the tool and exit the sketch. Now let's go to the Features tab, activate the Extruded Cut tool. Reverse the direction. Let's use a 45-degree draft angle. And click OK. Next, I'm going to create a groove here. Let's roll back a little bit. Go to the Surfaces tab. Let's activate the Offset Surfaces tool. Select this face. The offset distance will be 0.5 millimeters. Reverse the direction and click OK. Let's insert a sketch on the top plane now. Take a normal to view. I'm going to use a 3-point arc. Here's my first point, second point, and point number 3. Right-click and select to close the tool. Let's add a point and place it right here. Right-click and select. Now Shift-select the curve and the point. Here we can add a coincident or a midpoint relation. It'll basically be the same. OK. Now let's use the Offset Entities tool. We'll select this line and check Bidirectional, make Base Construction, as well as Cap Ends. Offset Distance, let's enter 0.5 and click OK. Let's exit the sketch now. Go to the Features tab, Extruded Cut. From the From drop-down menu, let's select Surface Face Plane. Now let's select this surface check on the extrusion direction. Let's reverse it and click OK. Now let's right-click and hide Surface Offset 3. Now we're going to add some fillets. Activate the Fillet tool. Radius, let's say 0.5 millimeters. I'll fillet the bottom row of button openings as well as the large button opening. And click OK. Let's roll back to see how our changes work with the rest of the solid. Now let's right-click and show the buttons. Okay, the buttons do look a little too deep. Let's exit. Right-click on the buttons, Edit Part. Okay. Let's make some changes to Extrusion 2. We'll right-click and select Edit. Let's make it 9 millimeters instead. Okay. We'll do the same to Extrusion 3, make it 9 millimeters as well. Okay. And let's exit Editing Part Mode. Now we need to update our assembly. Now the buttons do look better. Let's right-click on the top housing, Edit. Now we need to cut the bottom of the button openings. Right-click, Insert Sketch on the top plane, Normal to View, Normal to again. Here, let's create a rectangle. Oh, let's undo that. Okay. This rectangle needs to cover all the button openings. Exit the sketch, go to the Features tab, Extruded Cut. Distance will be 2 millimeters. Be sure that the cut goes in the right direction. Let's reverse and click OK. And we're ready to exit the editing part environment. Let's take an isometric view. And this concludes our lesson about creating the button openings.